appreciate everybody for jumping in. I hope everybody having a wonderful day or night, wherever it may be where you at. Let's continue to figure things out, Cowboy Nation. This is another episode. We're going to talk about the grades. You got to understand where you are before you know where you're going to go. And that's right. Let's continue to grind, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all. As the world continues to cycle through, our minds are okay, right? Just another melodies for your heart, soul, and sinew. Come on. One way or another. Shout out to my Facebook gang. Shout out to everybody that's on the YouTube universe. Shout out to all of the followers, the new subscribers. Line by line, we're going to go about this thing the right way, the best way possible, Cowboy Nation. Let me know if you guys can hear everything great. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. My name is Law Nation. I will be your host for tonight, and we're going to get things going right for tonight. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all. I really do. As you see the team picture, there's a team logo there. There's a team unity. It's all about unity for the community, right? If you can get those things together, baby, I'm telling you, a lot of things can happen. Get this out the way right about now. Let's see my face. Yeah, Cowboy Nation. Here's the thing. We've been seeing this team from the thick and thin, right? We follow this team all the way from the highs and the lows. And whoever was born in the 2000s and the late 90s, they probably didn't get a chance to see all of the highs, right? So they've been living through the lows of the lows. One can argue and say, well, they are the real true fans because they have yet to see the glory, right? Right? If I can make any sense out of that. Shout out to you, Taurus. Shout out to you, 2 Cent. He already given his grades out. Let me know because we're going to do this with as far as the grades or what have you. And we're going to go line by line. Basically, I'm going to do the rookie class. And I did this show last year right around this time. Normally, I get it out before this time frame, but as everything goes, you grow and everything like that. Sometimes you get sidetracked. And, of course, I got a new addition to the family. So time is always cherish time, but always is valuable. The only time I can get here is late at night. And I really appreciate everybody. Shout out to all of the night owls out there. I know you guys are here. Jessica, I really appreciate you. QPW, whatever that means. Yes, we're live like 95. Y'all like that beat, how to kick in? I like to groove to that beat. Hold on, let me get this one. Yeah. Oh, draft time for your mind. It's going to be something crazy. It's something crazy for Irvin to go down there in Jacksonville and also pick up Scott Linehan. Hey, come on. We're going to kick it up a little bit before I go over this. Yeah. Come on, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. I got to get into the zone, baby. I got to rewrap my mind, hoping in time that everybody can understand when we can get into this thing one way or another, right? Let's wake up. When we wake up, we can get it up. Hit that like button. Share this content. Yeah, come on. Hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Right? The craziest thing of it all, most people that uncover truths or uncover diamonds, oil, gold, is by accident. Because somebody else then gave it away, right? Somebody else said, I don't need this anymore. And then all of a sudden you look up and you look around and you say, oh, I'm rich. I ain't broke no more, but I will still chop you up and feed your butt to the poor. Y'all let me know who hit that rhyme right there. Shout out to you, Jessica. Feed me. 30 people hit the like button. Matter of fact, let me see if I can go over there and pin somebody comment. There you go, Cunningham. Okay. Y'all ready for the show? Y'all ready for it? There you go, Thomas. Really appreciate it. Y'all make me feel good. Y'all do. Y'all make me feel good. And when I feel good, I look good, baby. I appreciate y'all. Every time y'all like and every time y'all share, a beard hair grow, I guarantee you. Ronald, appreciate you. Appreciate you. DJ Raw Uncut. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's pull this thing up, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate everybody. All right, so as a unit, before I go line by line, what do y'all give this rookie class? And normally, when I say this, it normally takes 3 years to give a rookie class a grade, dare I say. But what do y'all give this rookie class? Leon says, Wayne, yeah, you got some rappers over here. Let's go. Cunningham says, yeah, let's go. Dak Prescott, shout out to you in the chat. Akeem, Law, can you do another mock? We'll do that too. Draft time for your mind. He said he give this rookie class an A-. Highlights says he give this draft class a B. Okay, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. She gives it an A. Okay. All right. I don't see no C's. I saw only one F, but all A's and B's. So that's pretty good. And we will listen to the Playmaker too. If I can stretch this show out, we can listen to the Playmaker as well. Shout out to you, Tiara B. Appreciate you. I blew this up in here. All right, so let's go by individualism. Now, I do know that we have to put some incomplete, which is eyes. And I will be looking at the chat box. I know you guys won't see my face, but trust me, I'm here. Really appreciate everybody that's there. All right, so Ben DiNucci, he's the first one up here. What do you guys give Ben DiNucci? And I know it's a difficult task because of the fact that he came into the Washington game. It was wet. It was rainy. He made a good pass to Amari Cooper on the edge there. So what do you guys give Ben DiNucci? The CFZ. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you for jumping in, man. Appreciate everybody that jumped in. Y'all. Jamal says F. You're a hard grader. QPW30. 1-1, I messed up your name there. F, okay, D, highlights, okay. And some people are hard graders. Nothing wrong with being a hard grader. Nothing wrong with being a hard grader. I should have put like a graphic overlay so I can just stamp an F on this thing. I'll do it the next time. Draft time, give him a Z. All right, so let's move over to the next candidate. This will be Bradley Anae, number 56, defensive end. Do you guys give him a pass? Or do you guys say, hey, he's supposed to be able to step it up and be up when his number is called, and he didn't get a chance because we saw Rondell Carter. So you give him an I? Somebody give him an I? Ivan says he give him an incomplete. Incomplete. Was it his fault? Was it his issue? Was it his scenario? Or was it the Cowboys' defensive coaching staff not giving him the opportunity? Was it that? If I can click on this, will it take me to his stats or what have you? Let me see. Oh, man, he's 0 registering all across the board. I'm not going to do that. But so a lot of people saying give him an incomplete, right? So that's just how it goes from there. All right, so let me put the screen back up. Really appreciate you guys. I'm still here. All right, so you guys give primarily Bradley, Anae, a D, and a pass. Okay. That would be the official language, right? Pass instead of an I. That's okay. That's cool. All right, Tyler Biadasz, number 63. Tyler Biadasz, going once, going twice. What do you guys give, Mr. Tyler Biadasz? And of course, you guys can follow this on the mighty DallasCowboys.com. I'm going to post a link in the description box. If you're on Facebook or if you're in the chat box, you will see the link there. I see a lot of A's, B's, okay, no C's, okay. So he gives one of these and one of these. He get one of those. Okay. And I love the fact that Biadasz came into the scene. I didn't know he was a redhead. Shout out to the redhead. He got the little baby beard. I give him a a F on the beard though. You gotta put something on the lip, man, and you gotta fill this little part in. So maybe next year he'll elevate and he'll get a passing grade. But shout out to him for letting the wild man come out. Okay, all right. So all right. So Reggie, let's move on to Reggie. Reggie, this is non-dreadlocks Reggie. I think that Reggie, when he cut his dreadlocks off, when he cut his locks off, that's what happened to him. That's why he didn't get out there. That's why he didn't play, right? Reggie, number 41. We got to give him an incomplete, but there was one play, one play that I saw out there, Cowboy Nation. Let me show y'all my facial expressions when I saw it. I was like, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I was like that, really. I was like, yeah. Did y'all know what play I'm talking about? And all my dog CJ had to do was keep 2 feet inbound, and I would have been like, yeah, even more, right? I was crunk. I was livid because he popped that brother so hard. I felt it. He said, pop. That's exactly how it sounds, by the way. Pop. So he shouldn't have cut them dreadlocks off, right? No dreadlocks, draft time, says F. He get a C registered for a fumble, forced fumble. Iceberg Q. Let me give you. Shout out to you, Jesse. So here's the situation. I cannot give this guy one of those. This is Spartan because of that fact that, he didn't get enough time. So shame. Let me give the coaching staff this right here.
Shame.
Can I get another one? If you guys okay for another one? Let me wrap it up.
Shame.
Shame on that one. Neville Gallimore, the Gallimore monster, the Canadian warrior, right? Look, I'm going to tell you guys right now, the Pittsburgh game alone, he gets one of these.
This is Sparta!
He get one of those all the way because of the fact that Pittsburgh game. And I will have to give this brother a strong C, and maybe a baby B, But I want to know y'all thoughts, man. Tara says an A. Sheila says an A. Okay. Jason Strickland, A. Okay. My bad. I'm a tough grader then. If I'm giving him a C+, maybe, just maybe, you guys shifted my mind to a B. And on top of that, we got to talk about his top beard action, though. How you going to have, the draw-in eyeliner for the top beard action? He's going to have to do some more push-ups. He's going to have to eat his oodles and noodles. He's going to have to really figure this thing out, this beard action, because that ain't it, though. But shout out to him because he got the growth and he got the neck beard going on right here. So, I give his B game C+ too, But Neville Gallimore, he did his thing. Let me see if I can pull up his stats and all of this stuff, if they allow me to pull up all of this stuff. Let me see if you guys can see. Okay, so he had 11 tackles, 0.5. 0.5. Do you guys see what I see? 0.5. Look, 6'2", 302 pounds. Maybe, just maybe, since we're doing a one gap, we want him to shoot in between the A or the B, depending on where he line up. He might shade against the center there. So we'll see how he's going to play in this particular role as it relates to playing in a one gap system opposed to a two. Maybe, just maybe. I would like to see him, believe it or not, still at 6'2", but maybe around 315-ish, 310-ish. I want him to get a little bit more weight inside so he can just move some stuff out the way. So 11 tackles. Jalen Smith get that in one game, right? Yeah, I wonder where his best game came from. It had to be the Steelers. Let me see if I can find that Steelers game. Come on, where the Steelers game at? Da 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 da. Yeah, there you go. 2 and 4. Oh, he had good. It was his total. Okay, so he had a good game against the football team. Okay. He had another good game against the Ravens. Oh, he had a good game against the 49ers as far as tackles or what have you. It's hard to look at that. And let me see. He got his sack against the Eagles. Okay. All right. So that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all, Cowboy Nation. Let me see what y'all saying over here in the chat. D+. Cunningham wanted him to get the 320. Woo! Not all in one off season now, you know. Hey, that's going to be hard to get from 302 to 320. Maybe 5, maybe 6 pounds, 7 pounds at the most. That's why I say 310-ish, but 320, you talking about a lot of Canadian bacon. This brother eating it. He can't eat that Canadian bacon. That'll mess him up. All right. Boy, man, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. These two right here, see, they kept the braids and they kept the dreadlocks, so they gonna be all right. They didn't cut the hair off. See, Reggie would have been part of the crew if he'd have kept if he'd have kept the locks or if he kept the braids or what have you. He would have been one of these crews over here. But by him chopping it off, that's probably why he didn't get to play in time for your mind. All right, Diggs. What do you guys give them? I'm not going to give away my grades right now. I want to know what you guys give Diggs. And this is a good roster lineup, by the way. Lamb, Diggs, Gallimore, Reggie, if he were to play. Then Biadasz, Bradley, Anae, DiNucci. You know, we don't supposed to see him until like year 3, year 4. It's not bad. It's not a bad draft class, right? Right? What do y'all give Diggs? B-, A+, Gorilla. Sheila, give him an A. Yeah. What do you guys give him? Like, let me see if I can put this up there so that everybody can see. Bam, there we go. Here we go. All right. Diggs changed his number to 27 from 31. That was fire. Okay, draft time. See, out of respect. I like it. All right, so let's see what we have here. Joseph A, Ivan B+, the plug B-, bruh. This chat is somehow y'all give Diggs the same grade as DiNucci. Yeah, Sonny. Hey, call him out, Sonny. Call him out. I think DiNucci get an incomplete, right? Trey Way, A-. I'm trying to give an average of everybody. Jessica says A+. Diggs, you digging that? Man, I'm giving one of these already. I waited too long on this one.
This is Sparta!
I had to give him one of those, man. Oh, my goodness. If I'd have did this show like week 1, week 2, maybe week 3, it would have been a lot of F's in the chat box, right? It would have been a lot of D's, maybe a possible C, but it would have been a lot of that, right? The guy showed up and he did his deal. Hey, all he did was go against number 1. All he did was go against the number 1 receiver every single game. He went against the number 1 receiver. And we was sitting there saying, and we was closing our eyes, thinking, imagining, like the only thing that we wanted out of Byron Jones is to cover the number 1 receiver, right? And he did that. When Byron Jones was here, he did that. He covered the number 1 wide receiver, right? And normally they get probably one play out of the entire game. But it was the number 2 receiver that was always eating. Number 2. And my dog, Awuzie, yeah, I know I'm a little biased against him. He wears my number 24. That's my number, too. So, and that's the reason why I love the Cowboys. I started watching the Cowboys during the Everson Walls era. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just one of those things where when I think of Awuzie, I see that 24. Of course, Larry Brown wore the number. Of course, Marion the Barbarian. And of course, the number was tainted a little bit. Did Claiborne wear that number? What number did Claiborne wore? I'm trying not to bring it up, right? So it's one of those things, right, that we can only close our eyes and imagine. Byron didn't play well until his 4th year. Yeah, because he was all everywhere. They put the brother at safety. They put him in the slot. They just didn't play him at corner, right? Yeah, see, he did. See, y'all don't supposed to remind me. But it's one of those things, Cowboy Nation. I have to give this kid. Y'all call me crazy, but I'm a hard grader. I give him a B+. I really do. I give him a B+ and give him another one of those. Call me crazy. And if anybody have issues with it, we'll load them up, right? All right. CeeDee for TD. Lamb number 88. You know how that goes, right? We can do pre Dak Prescott or post Dak Prescott grade. We can grade him hard. We can give him a reason to say to ourselves, all right, he's our future as it relates to the wide receiver category. I think that through the year, he started off red hot, on fire. He had his rookie mistake. He didn't go beyond the sticks against that Rams game. I was upset a little bit, even did a video on it. And I said to myself, he's just a rookie, Law. He's a rookie. And people graded Dak Prescott hard with that. I give him, believe it or not, I'm a hard grader, trust me. I give him an A, solid A with Dak Prescott. And then since Dak Prescott left, I give this brother a solid B. Because of the drops, because of the inconsistency as it relates to when he got into the red zone, he lost focus. I will have to give the young kid a B, but there's still a lot of room for improvement. And trust me, I'm a little biased because I'm more of a defensive guy, so I look at those parameters. I will say I'm only leaving that room to grow because I definitely do not want the I am privileged mentality. I made it to the NFL. So, guys, don't crucify me when I gave him an A flat out with Dak Prescott and a B flat out with the rotational quarterbacks that they had, right? So do not crucify me with that. But he still have a lot of room to improve on. I would like – let's do this one time for the coaching staff. Let's do this for the coaching staff.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Law, why you gave the coaching staff a shame on that? Well, here's why I gave them a shame. Because he got so much talent that you primarily only lining the kid up inside the slot. Why? Why would you do that? Line him up on the outside. Let him run some routes. I would like to see Amari Cooper kick that inside route in. Or just try to see if Michael Gallup can run that inside route, right? Let's do some nuances like that. Let's give this kid more and more opportunities to run outside routes as well as inside. Justin did it. And I know there's a different offensive coordinator, and I'm not trying to put everything on the young Kellen Moore, but I would like to see them use him more than just an inside slot guy. Can anybody disagree? Now, that's on the coaching staff. And I should have started it off by grading the coaching staff before I jumped over to the players. Maybe before we can get into this thing, because a third of the coaches are gone anyway, so it wouldn't make any sense. But we can go line by line on the coaching staff and see who, kind of laid the egg on that situation. But Chris Blunt said, man, forget that. I'm going to give them an F, man, the coaching staff. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Jessica preaching today. She preaching. Shout out to Jessica. Over there preaching. Let me give a shout out to Jessica. Let's give a round of applause to Jessica. Shout out to you for sharing, Donovan. Really appreciate that, man. That goes a long, long way. All right, before I go there, let's go to the coaching staff. Let's go to the coaching staff. And we will start off because the defense, he's here. Okay, they updated already. Look, they put Dan Quinn up here already. They moving fast, huh? Leon, okay, assistant defensive line coach, okay. Senior defensive assistant, so they mean that he took that job, okay. Or he's going to retain that job. Stelios, yes, sir. Hey, when they make a donation like that, pause what you're doing because this man took time out of his busy schedule to come over here and elevate the nation, man, on the late night groove here. Let's see what he had to say.
He ain't lying, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You see, even she said it. Let's hear it again.
He ain't lying, yes, sir.
He ain't lying. Oh, I need to find that drop, baby. I really do. All right, so appreciate the Stelios for being the sponsor for this coaches review. So, is this the staff? Is the staff? Let's go. Let's scroll down. Okay, this is a special team unit. Let's give a moment of silence to Marcus Paul. I mean, unbelievable guy. Met him only once. I mean, he's just one of those unbelievable guys, and may he rest in peace to him. Harold Nash. I had never met him before. I saw him in distance when we was out there in Oxnard, but he's the assistant strength and conditioning coach, Harold Nash Jr., 16 years of experience. The kid still look young, man. He don't even look like he got facial hair. All right, so Scott Tolzien, you guys know him, coach's assistant, used to be a quarterback for the Green Bay Packers there, and that's one of those, hey, okay, I'm going to help my one of my guys out. Fassel, okay, what do you guys give Fassel? I want to know, is he, what do you guys give Fassel? I ain't going to call him Bones, I ain't going to call him Bones. What y'all give Fassel? Let me read the comment. Yes. Iceberg Q, give him a C. Hakeem, give him an F. Zaytoving, 95 is live, giving him a B-. Taurus, it's all about Aquarius, though, Taurus, but appreciate you, though. Let me see, you went too fast. A lot of C's, okay. He give him an F. Taurus give him an F. Coaching staff, fire. Jessica's like, man, look, I'm not finna put nothing on this coaching staff. This is a new year, baby. That was 2020. I know your thought process. Jessica. You like, that was last year. It's 2021 now. That was last year. That was 2020. C+, okay. So he's just below average or just above average or right. No, not just above, just right at average, basically, right? One thing that I can say, since Chris Jones got injured or what have you, they brought in this guy named Hunter, and I got to give him kudos for that. I will have to give Hunter, the punter, I'll have to give him Hunter when we go down that list. Just remind me to give him a B. Remind me to give him a B. All right, so I don't know his capacity and his role, so it's just senior defensive assistants. Al Harris, we know that we got new coaching staff that's going to be in here. News on the street that Maurice Lindquist might get the boot or what have you, so he may not come back. Big Cat Leon Lett, he's a workers guy. Scott McCurley, he's the linebackers guy. I don't think that he's going anywhere. He's suited in, he's booted in, so I don't think he's going anywhere. But this is Dan Quinn. What are your grades on him coming in? What are your grades on him? And towards the latter part of the show, I will play that clip from Michael Irvin of what he thought of Dan Quinn about his tenacity and things like that. But I will spoil you guys with this. Troy Aikman said this was a wonderful hire, and we all know that Troy Aikman is always Troy don't play. Look at it. Troy don't play. Troy Aikman don't play. Troy Aikman will call a spade a spade. A lot of people think that I'm talking about Troy Aikman. He gave high praises to Quinn. And normally Troy Aikman, he ain't giving out no good high praises as it relates to anything with the Dallas Cowboys. Just take my word for it. So if Troy like Quinn, I'm going to have to sit back and remember, I'm not giving no grades on Quinn until after Hell, I might not give him a grade to after preseason 2, 3, or whatever if they have that, right? Until the first start of the first game, I got to see this thing. It got to be something tangible. I'm like Doubting Thomas. That's my last name, but I want to feel the hole in your hand, Let me touch that hand. Let me make sure if it's real. Yes, sir, Sonny. Yeah, we need fire and coaching staff. Yeah, we do. We do. Kicker B, you're right. This is from Ronald. Yeah. Let's get back into it, okay? Hey, do y'all like the flow of the show so far? Let me know. It's all up to you all. All right, this is a healthy little list right here. Let me see if I can get it all up in here. Now I'm going to stop about right here so I can get it all in frame. All right, let's look at it from here. Dougie Nussmeier. Every time I think of this guy, I think of Quagmire. Let me know if I'm wrong. Do you guys are big fans of Family Guy? There's a guy named Quagmire. Every time I think of Nussmeier, I think of Quagmire. And they kind of, he just need a bigger chin. If he had a bigger chin, he would be Quagmire. He will be Quagmire. Yeah. And this guy, he looked like the dude from the animation series that they turned into a Netflix series. The brother had unbelievable tough skin. I forgot the name of the movie just that quick as the tip of my tongue. I don't want to say Power, but there was a brother on there. His skin was, it couldn't penetrate his skin, but he looked just like that guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? If y'all say Luke Cage, there you go. There you go, Big Simple 422. Don't he look like Luke Cage? Y'all Google Luke Cage and y'all put it side by side, right? The actor that played Luke Cage. It's a good show, by the way. It's a good show. It's a lot of dialogue in the show, but it's a good show. All right, so running back Skip Peete. I have to give Skip Peete one of those C's, and I'm just going to jump off the cuff with it, and I say this. I'm just going to give running back Skip Peete a C, and I know that it's not his fault as far as the offensive line and these sorts of things, but I didn't see anything different. I didn't see any nuances as it relates to holding the ball, plant your foot, get upfield. I didn't see none of that from both of the running backs. I saw a spark from a number 34 when he jumped in there, but you guys get what I'm saying. Smith, Sonny, you gave him an A? Or you talking about Londo Well? You giving him an A, right? Because he gets an A. He gets an I was playing. He probably get a B. Think about it. His tight end went down. He's new. So he worked out Schultz. He made Schultz look good. This brother, he should get an A+, but he made Schultz. Who had Schultz gone from this team heading into 2021? Before the 2020 season. This guy had Schultz looking good. Draft time, give him an A. Look at that. Luke Cage, yes, sir. Y'all to Google that picture, didn't you? Luke Cage. All right, so let's give Adam Henry. Shout out to Adam Henry, man. Wonderful guy. Luke Cage. What you guys give Luke Cage his grade? Dope goatee, too. Dope goatee, by the way. Ernesto, appreciate you so much. I really appreciate that like there, man. I really do. When you like it on Facebook, you get the notification ringer there. Let's see. Too many drops. Give him a C. You didn't like. Let me see. Yeah. Who was the previous? Who was that other guy? I had us carrying bricks. Oh my goodness, Delios. Who was a recent guy? Had the players carrying bricks all down there in Oxnard. He had a funny name. Is it Looney or Dooney or something like that? I forgot his name. Let's go, Stelios. Let's go. Come on, AI. Speak it up. There we go. She don't want to speak today. Here we go. Come on, say something, lady.
Yes, sir. Fire 100.
She couldn't say it. Sanjay Lyles, right? And then before Sanjay Lyles, they had Woo.
Yes, sir. Fire.
Before Sanjay Lyles, they had who was his name? That's who I'm thinking of. My bad. Sanjay Lyles. Who was that guy? From Tennessee, I believe. Man, his name is at the tip of my tongue. Appreciate you, man. This is now brought to you by Derek Dooley. Yeah, Iceberg Q, man. We got some aficionados over here. All right, so he's better than those two, in my opinion. All right, so offensive line, offensive assistants, assistant offensive lineman, Jeff Blasco. Like, let's be real. He don't look like he can tell anybody what to do on the offensive line. Hi, my name is Jeff Blasco from FR and Blankenstein. I got some sheets of paper that I would like to sell you and some trash and trinkets. Shout out to Blasco. I think that's how you say this man's name. If you're following this channel, man, I'm just joking with you, man. All right, so here we go right here. We got offensive line Joe Philbin. What do you guys give Joe? And shout out to you again, Stelios. Shout out to you, Ronald. Appreciate you. The Gamer, appreciate you. C+. What'd you guys give the combination of Joe and Jeff? Would you guys give these two a grade here because he's the assistant? So what do you guys give him? A+ draft time. And think about the deck of cards that he had, right? It was like one of those situations where he had no control over of Tyron Smith going down. He had no control of La'el Collins being out of shape. He had no control of those factors there, right? Just to be fair. My only reservation is why in the hell did he kept Terrence Steele out there? And when we brought in the Big Duke, y'all can check out his Instagram page. He said that, hey, you know, he's an undrafted rookie free agent. What are you expecting? You know, basically. I'm paraphrasing. What are you expecting? It takes 3 to 4 years to train for the Olympics. And what are you expecting? Now he got quality reps in, and Terrence Steele came along his way towards the latter part of the year. But outside of that, I think that his nuances that he did as it relates to, even though it's about hook or by crook, kicking Zach Barton out there to the edge there, we think that the previous regime, not going to say the name, would never done that, right? I give Joe, what do you know, Joe? I'm a hard grader here. It's a passing grade. He passed. C. I give him a C+, by the way. Let me see. I'm going to read the comments and see what you guys give Joe. And I know you guys probably thought B, B-. F. Joe gets an F from Chris Blunt. And I feel you. Yeah. Ernesto, appreciate you. You have a good night as well. And Poppy says give him an F+. I feel you. Steele was just bad. This is from Justin Parker. Appreciate you, Parker. As soon as you said Steele, I got the Tylenol. Oh my goodness, that's from my dog, man, Ron. Hey, he get one of these right here when you say that, man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man, y'all read Ronald. Soon as you said Steele, you know, he said he went and got the Tylenol. It was an extra strength Tylenol, by the way. Don't get the Tylenol PM. They'll be the best sleep of your life. You know, Tylenol PM and a little nightcap. You'll wake up around about, 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock. Extra strength. That Tylenol PM will put you out. And, you can take a Benadryl, but if you take that Tylenol PM, man, and this is not a sponsor, Tylenol, by the way. If you guys need somebody to do a voiceover, I'm right here. But by the way, Tylenol PM, it will put you under, especially if you have a nightcap with it. Always extra. Yeah. You're looking through the aisle and you say, nah, give me the extra, do they have the gel capsules or which one? The liquid form? Only the babies take the liquid kind, right? It's going to be a hard cap over here, right? The gel. Okay, moving on to the Eagles' new head coach, right? I'll just play with y'all. Yeah, let me give him one of these for the Eagles.
Oh, no.
All right, taking Excedrin. This is from Akeem. Excedrin versus Tylenol. Who wins? I want to know about that. Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session. Let me do a battle between Excedrin versus Tylenol. All right, speaking of Tylenol, offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. He's still green. He's still wet. He's still got things that he's working on and trying to improve on. What do you guys give offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys? William Anthony, Vicodin. Poppy says Vicodin. Yeah, that will put you under 2. Or a Valium. Codeine, yeah. C- is from Adam. Okay, a little B. I see a plus. Let's be real. Let's call a spade a spade. Number 1 offense in the NFL if Dak Prescott was here, right? Let's be real. Number 1 offense in the NFL if Dak Prescott was able to play up to maybe 15 games, 14 games. Number 1 offense, right? Sheila give him a B. That's not bad from Sheila. Sheila B. Akeem B. Ronald B. B plus. All right, let me see this. Let me break it down. Let's do it like a fraction. Pre-Dak Prescott injury, what are you guys giving him? Post-Dak Prescott injury, what are you guys giving him? So you guys can put a slash like B plus Dak, C minus after Dak, right? Let me see what you guys get. Kellen Moore gets a C from Chris Blunt. E. Big C, just from Jessica. I feel you on that one. Let's see. Sonny. A. B with the spec. Okay. Iceberg Q says A minus, B minus. Okay. That's very, because I'm trying to shift my mind on what grade I'm going to give him. It's a difficult task right now, you know. Oh, it's a difficult task. BC, okay, powder. Anybody did the BC powder? So tough, you got to drink it with a Pepsi, you know. Stop supporting this trash team. This is from 918. We would never change. F plus everybody. This from DJ. That's my DJ. Go DJ. You know, DJ like.
No, God! No, God!
DJ said F all of y'all. No, we can't give a team an F. We got to see who we going to keep and who we going to get rid of. Dumb reverses, get him an AC. Like, oh, yes. All right, so this is my grade. B minus with Dak Prescott. Red zone efficiency levels, he got to improve on that. I think that he improved a little bit marginally, but he got to improve on that. Plan, and if I can break it down even more, run design, run plays, I got to give him what brought that A down to a B minus was that big old C right there. I have to give him just at a C for drawing up plays as it relates to running. You got Ezekiel Elliott. Of course, your offensive line is porous, and you got Tony Pollard. You mean to tell me you can't draw up good, great, excellent conditioning as it relates to running plays, some trick'ems or whatever you might want to call them, but instead of dive left, dive right, slam, 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 slam. So I got to give him a C on the run design that brought that A down to a B minus. So I give him a B minus, and then he gets a C on he gets a C minus after Dak Prescott. So B minus, C minus. B minus, C minus. Okay, y'all hold me to that grade. Please, please, please hold me to that grade. Hold me to that grade so that next year when we roll around this time, we'll see where he can improve at. So B minus, C minus. I hope I can write this down and go back to it. An assistant head coach, I guess you have to lump his grade in with Mike McCarthy. Y'all see Trigger Mike? Mike Larry, right? 13 years of experience. Mike McCarthy. Let's see if we can go down this list right here. Before we grade Mike McCarthy, let's point out the buddies. Rob Davis, buddy. Joe Philbin, buddy. But well, no, he ain't a buddy. Scott McCurley, buddy. Maurice Lincoln he's a lone wolf on this. Buddy, right? Was he the buddy? Hey, was he the buddy? These two buddies. How many buddies did I count it? My buddy. Y'all remember that song? But my thing is he want to be comfortable, right? You want to, I guess, lead a team to comfort. You want to lead a team being comfortable and these sorts of things, right? The Lunatic, thank you so much for the donation to help elevate the nation. What do you guys give? What do you guys give Mike McCarthy? Trigger Mike, the Lunatic. Really appreciate you. This is brought to you by the Lunatic now. Jim Fassel, not that bad. No. Hey, 918 DJ, he said, yes, man. Let's see what my dog D Lunatic have to say. Here we go. It's going to pop up soon as she get there she go. She ain't talking. Yeah, she going to have to talk, man. What's going on? All right, so nevertheless, C+, C, D-, okay, I see you. C-, B-, okay, C, Rob, and Mike, F. Yeah, let me see what my dog had to say anyway. Thank you for the great content, Law. Go Cowboys. All day, every day, the Lunatic. All day, every day. I really appreciate you, man, so much. Do a live with Shango. Yeah, I will. Look, I had something in store before the world got all messed up. I was going to literally do this. I was going to put the plan out there. Y'all do know that Shango do all the live games, right? He do the play-by-play. And this is before me and Big Game James and Skywalker, we did the play-by-play. I was going to actually fly out there to his home in Cali, and we was going to be there, and doing the play-by-play, me, Shango, And now we can still probably work that out, but we got to do it when the world is right, See, the world kind of did something crazy, and now it spoiled everything what we had in plan for the 2020 season. But we'll see how we'll regroup in 2021 and see how this thing can work out. But I do know if the world is right and if we can get over there in Oxnard, we will bang out a bunch of content together. That's the legend. Shango is one of the reasons why I'm on YouTube, by the way, Cowboy Nation. He's one of the guys, one of my mentors, one of the guys that helped put up everything. Believe it or not, Shango, let me just give Shango his flowers right quick for everybody that's out here watching. If you don't know who Shango is, type in Shango or Dallas Cowboys Shango, just like it sound, in the chat box or on the search engine. You'll see him. And before anybody was doing YouTube stuff, like all of these people, because you got 50 million people doing YouTube content now, talking sports, it was Shango. And Shango, man, if you go back and look at his earlier clips, he was the first one to have comments on the screen. Like I got over to the left of me, to the right of y'all, just depending on where you're looking at it on your screen. And he was the one that did all of the Q&As, did all of the instant reaction. And it wasn't fake or phony. It was real, so it was authentic. It was something that you can say to yourself, that is how I feel. And everything, like when Ezekiel Elliott was drafted and he was saying, it's over. Man, I felt that in my heart, right? Or also when he did the video of, I think we lost to the Browns, I believe, one year. Or we lost to some team that we supposed to win. And he was like, well, Dez Bryant, you can go play for the Browns or something like that. Man, that video go hard, man. That's Marcelo B, appreciate you. McCarthy with the laughing out loud with the fire emojis. Yeah, super OG Shango, And of course, he's busy. I guarantee you, if he could post every day, he'd have 100,000 to 200,000 subscribers. But there's a lot of quality in his content versus the amount of content that he do. So check out Shango. He is the man. He's got such a busy schedule that he can't post every day. But if he was able to post every day, man, the brother would have had a million. He'd have 1.1 million subscribers. But Certain or Farley, Law, oh my goodness. One have the instant ability to look at 2020 tape. One don't, right? And you can say that Farley have a higher ceiling than Surtain. And on top of that, if you like speed, if you like size, I think Surtain is a little bit bigger, but if you really like size and speed, you will go with a Farley, right? And I don't want to hear nobody say, well, Farley is in the land or in the lane of Claiborne. No. Let's get back to this right quick, though. Horn is hella good. Yeah, Rule. Yes, indeed. Google it. Yes, indeed. Josh said Google it. All right, so you guys gave Trigger Mike. You gave Trigger Mike because on 4th and 10 on his own side of the 20, he decided to go for it. D-, C-. I have to give him a C. I had to give him a C. So for all of the things that he went through this year, he still passed. You know, it wasn't the best one. He took a year off. He said to himself, hey, I lied to kick it to get the job. And I don't blame him for it. We all do it, right, to get something. But, you know, for him saying it.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
But on the other side, on the flip side, for people that will say, hey, you know, Law, you can't give him a C, man. Look at the injuries. Look at the trials and tribulations that the team had to go through. And he had to learn Jerry. By him alone dealing with Jerry, you got to at least give him a B. And I know he don't get an A, but my thing is, and I have to say this, Michael, shout out to you. We should have got Urban Meyer. My thing is the jury out now. We're going to see what Urban will do over there in Jacksonville land. But when I say this, with Mike McCarthy, we're going to have to look at it like, okay, heading into this year or last season, what have you, we were looking for one thing. We're looking for uniqueness. We was looking for football stuff, football knowledge, right? We wasn't looking for anything. As how you grade Jerry Wayne Jones from Sonny. I ain't going to give Jerry Jones his grade. The whole internet would cut off right about now. But we looked for something different. Name me what was different from this staff, from the previous administration. It's not that much. And to me personally, if you're going to give Kellen Moore all of that power and you're going to lean on the defensive coordinator to do all of his stuff, then why in the world are you here? What is your system? What is your philosophy? What is your it? What makes you different from Jason Garrett, right? Make me say his name. What makes you different from the previous coach? What uniqueness do you bring to the table? And maybe you can't show or see into that year one. But by him blocking out the blue and white game, by him doing all of the other stuff to circumvent this and circumvent that, we didn't get a chance to see with our natural eyes. We was looking for something different. But when we saw team day one, week one, it was the same exact Cowboys team that we saw in 2019. It was the same Cowboys team we saw in 2018 and 17. It was the same thing. So I'm sitting there like, hey, what are you doing, bro? What is the difference? So that's why I gave him a
shame. Shame. Shame.
You guys point out what was the difference between Mike McCarthy and Jason Garrett. Now, I ain't talking about kicking Zach Martin out there to the right tackle because of the fact that I gave that more to Joe Philbin. But what was different? Yeah, shout out to Jessica for welcoming the new member. We all love new members out here. When you become a new member, let me give you one of these right here. Yeah, really appreciate you. Really do. Really appreciate you. Let's clap it. That ain't the answer what I was looking for, but that is funny as hell, though. Let's clap it. Yeah, he did bring that to the table. Yeah. I can't even get mad. Les Ginger. You guys are crafty, man. I should have known that I was talking to some high IQ people tonight. I knew it. Let me go over here, man. All right, so that was the meat and the potatoes of that part of it. Let me see. All right, 7 minutes. All right, so do y'all want to go further on evaluation for the nation? Let's go a little bit further onto this, man. Let's go a little bit further onto it. We're going to go hit this back button here. You guys see all of that wonderful stuff, and these are all of the people that had all of the good stuff. And all right, so let's get into meat and potatoes. They give all of these people the pretty picture and everything. These people get the little low end pictures because they're not a rookie anymore. Do you guys want to sort by college, experience, age, weight, height, position, or number? I think it'll be easier if I go by position. Do you guys agree? Or we should just go down here naked just like that? That's a lot of people. I don't have that much time. Maybe I could split it. Maybe we can split it. Ooh, that's a lot of people. We had that many people. I forgot it was one of those years where you can have 50 million people. That's a lot of people. I'm going to read y'all comments and see which angle I should go by. Or should I just do all of the rookie class and then we'll jump over to, okay, position. Okay, POS, piece of. All right, so let's sort it by position. Yeah, this will be easier. I think I can scheme through this thing real quick. All right, so let me know if you guys can see the person right here. We got, Joe Looney. You got Joe Looney. What you guys give Joe? Jumbo Joe. What you guys giving Joe? Let's grade Jerry. No, Christopher. No. Let's not grade him.
No, God! No, God!
All right, so I see a lot of people giving him a C. And I believe, I can't give Poppy. I can't give him incomplete. All right, so we doing by position. Let me see if I can do this right here. Yeah. Yep. Y'all know it. Y'all see it. We're going to give Joe Looney. I give Joe Looney a C as well. Matter of fact, I give him an actual C+. I'm going to give him just north of a C. And he stepped in. His void, his thing was he didn't give up that much. And I give him a C+. Joe, Terry Turner says give him a D. Chris Blunt, man, you're a hard grader for real. I thought I was a hard grader. You give him a F. Yeah. C+ for the Looney. All right. You guys see it. Y'all see it. You're seeing Cheeto Awuzie. 6 foot, 202. 25 years old. 4-year. Colorado. What are you guys giving Cheeto Awuzie a grade? CeeDee. No B's at all. CeeDee. Okay, so didn't play enough. He got his one interception. You get an interception every year. He gets you at least one. Didn't play enough. I think that he deproduces. He's out QPW 311. If you want to keep it 100, you right. Yeah, I think that he get that. Can I get him? Can I be a little bit biased and give him at least a D+? Yeah, Wizard Mark, man, you on the same page, man. I give him a D+. Let's move it along, right? Let's move it along. All right, Anthony Get Down Brown. What are you guys giving him? 5'11", 196 pounds. He's 27 years old, 5 years, and he's from Purdue. Anthony Brown, hey, he had 2 interceptions back to back. If I can remember my last year grade of him, I didn't think that I gave him that high. If I gave Cheeto Awuzie a D+, I just got to give Anthony Brown. He got to be north of what Cheeto got, right? Scruffle said terrible. There you go, Sheila. Give him a C. Let's give him a C, right down the middle. And we already graded Diggs. Let me challenge y'all mind. What y'all give Diggs? What y'all give Diggs? Huh? Yeah. All right, so we're moving over to, let me see if I make sure you guys can see what I see. This is fun, by the way. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. I really do. I really do. If you like this, man, hit that like button. Continue to share this thing. Let your friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune into Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. Just because it's fun, I'm going to finish up the cornerback session, and I'm going to kill my timer over here. I'm going to go over my timer, so I'm just going to kill it. It was at the bottom of the screen, by the way. I try to do 1 hour shows, and I know I love you guys so much that I'll stay here 3 hours, 4 hours. Y'all know I can do it. And Friday night I will be doing another marathon gaming stream, and I'm gonna try to finish that game out. And then next month I'm gonna do another game. I'm just gonna try to bring in different stuff to the table over here on Law Nation. But that's just my thoughts right there, and I hope you guys are okay with it. Nevertheless, it is what it is. Let's go back to it. We got this right here. CJ Goodwin, rapid fire. What you guys give him? What y'all give CJ Goodwin? Terry Turner says B+. I'm going to check and see if you're right. Shout out to you, Restream. Do Jalen the GOAT. Yeah. Elite run stopper. Diggs, A-. I see you. William Anthony, appreciate you. What are you guys giving CJ Goodwin? What are you guys giving Jordan Lewis? They say he's 5'10". He wish. 195 pounds. He's 25 years old, 4-year starter or 4-year player from Michigan. All right, what are you guys giving him? CJ gets a B. Okay. And you got to give him a grade, not as a cornerback, I believe. You got to give him a grade as it relates to his position, which is he is a special team ace. I didn't know he was 6'3". And he needed a sandwich, 190 pounds at 6'3". Somebody, y'all reach out to him, tweet him, and say, hey, man, I got a sandwich for you and some French fries. All right, so Reggie Robinson, we already know he should never cut his dreads off. Rashard Robinson, what do you guys give Rashard Robinson, who messed us up? He's 6'2". He need 2 sandwiches, 177 pounds. I know some people in the chat box right now said, man, that's why he kept getting used. That bro is 6'2", 177 pounds, man. That's why he was getting folded up out there. They ran his way and was just folding him up. Like, come on, dude. Put some bricks in your pocket, right? 100, like my granddaddy said, 177 pounds, man. 25 years old, 4 years from LSU. Akeem, like, man, dog, line him up, lace him up. I know I can give Rashard at least one time, right? All right, so what you guys giving Rashard? Let me see. Next person to put a grade down. Next person put the grade down. Let me know. Tiny Peter. This is from Josh. Y'all give him. She'll give him an F. Okay, cool. He didn't pass. He might not be. He might not be on this team next year. And that was all of the cornerback class. What we would do is we would kick up and start up the next series on the defensive end. Y'all just remind me, and we'll go all down the defensive end list. And of course, y'all favorite Cowboy player of all time, Jalen, he will be there because I've seen a lot of people say give Jalen a grade, but he's way down there. We'll save that one we'll splice this show in half, and we'll save that part of it. But by the way, let's listen in to the mighty, the playmaker. Michael Irvin, he's one of the favorites over here, one of the favorite wide receivers of all time, by the way. We're going to listen to the playmaker, and we're going to do that excerpt, and then we can get on out of here from there. But let's go.
But I never had.
Let me know if y'all can hear.
I'll say I never had the pleasure to hang out with Tiger. But
brothers in another way, so to speak.
Yeah. They just like that. But what's interesting? Like I wake up, right, and I see that because you see it on your timeline. This many years ago, the Cowboys did this time.
Let me set the table. In this interview, they're going to be talking about the Cowboys and the glory days. And we all know about the glory days. We all talk about it. We can't stop talking about it because some of the legends are still here on this planet, and we see them. We still bring it up and say, "Hey, man, you were one of the dogs back in the days." And he was going through the fact that, hey, seeing those highlights is wonderful, but now it's just taking too long. It's taking too long for us to get back to those glory moments. So, and of course, as far as the cornerback group, I forgot to give the complete group for the grade or what have you. I give the complete group out of the cornerbacks a C, flat out C for the cornerback group. And for the offensive line, as it relates to the interior of what we graded, I give them a C as well. Let's go. Let's listen to more what they got to say from here.
And it's all nice to have these memories, but at the same time, these memories bring about other things. It reminds you that it's been hella long since we've been in the NFC Championship.
I know.
Game. You know what I'm saying? It's just so I love waking up and seeing on my timeline these highlights, catching touchdowns this long ago. But I still have to say, oh my God, it's been that long since we've been in this game. That's that bittersweet side.
Mike, I'm sorry, RJ, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Very good.
I always this is just outside looking in, right? Because we all know that I've been living here for 6 years, okay? And when I look at the Cowboys, there's a part of me that says, yeah, it's been 25 years, but part of that is anecdotal, right? There can only be 4 teams that make an NFC or make a championship game in the NFL. And, yeah, they have not been able to get to that final step in some of those years, but
let me pause him right quick. And he said Anadolo. My thing is not because of the fact that even though it takes only 4 teams to get there, majority of our time we have not been making the playoffs. And if we did get into playoffs, we did not win those said games. So I just think that calling a spade, I feel exactly what Michael Irvin is saying. It's been so long. There's no way we can circumvent that. But let me go ahead and play the rest of it from here. But I will be stopping them, giving you guys my insights on it, and I'll try to find a link and post it so you guys
there's always a reason why you don't get to where you want to get to. And so to look at 25 years and to say that it's all one thing or a couple of things that encompass all of them, I have a hard time buying that. When you see that or know and understand the franchise like you do, is that fair or to say, yeah, it is an overarching theme or it is more anecdotal?
Well, it is. I just say it's definitely difficult to get it and to get it all together in the right order, in the right sequence, and at the same time. And we're seeing that right now. Look, for a while we had that kind of an offensive line. It was the best offensive line in the league. But then there were other things that we didn't have, right? We were still growing. Dak, they were early on in their years. And then the offensive line gets a little older, and Dak and Zeke, these guys all mature into some top talent in the league. But now we're trying to piece together an offensive line to go with that. We're trying to still find the defense. So you find spurts and you find segments of it here and there, but it's so hard to get it all together. And yes, it is difficult. When I've gone on shows, I've argued with people back and forth because they want to dip into history and limit it. Well, you guys have won in the last 25 years. I said, okay, you can't go back to history unless we go back to all the history. But I understand what they're talking about because 25 years not being really in a significant way. I mean, we were a while ago, but not being in that area in a significant way, or being able to say, hey, we got a shot at the NFC Championship in a significant way. Yeah, that's what's it's hard to ultimately win it all. But let's get into conversation. And I don't know if we've really been in the conversation in so long. That's what's hard.
Woo-wee. Who is feeling what Michael, the playmaker Irvin, is saying about the conversation? Let me know if you guys can hear the audio straight and everything. He's just talking about, hey, we have not been in a conversation. And he said we've been in a little while. And my thing is, and you guys know I love the playmaker, and I love when he's speaking objectively because, he normally, that's my son, we go to the Super Bowl. I love that passion, man. If I said, man, if we can find somebody with half of that passion, boy, we'd go real, real far. Hopefully, we can find it in this draft. Hopefully, we can find it somewhere where somebody probably was kind of quiet this year. Then all of a sudden they say, man, smelling myself a little bit. I'm going to walk up with my chest out. I'm going to show the world that I can be here. Hopefully we can get that. Maybe it can be Diggs. Who knows, right? But Michael Irvin, he's objectively speaking about this, and we have not been in the conversation. One can argue in 2016 we was in the conversation, right? There was a strong conversation about the Cowboys in 2016. Around by the middle of the season, we was in that conversation. 2014 we was in that conversation. 2018, was it 2018-19 season? Yeah, 2018 season, we was in that conversation. We forced ourselves in the conversation because they were saying that, man, this was the hottest team. And I'll fall on the sword and say, man, if we somehow skip that Colts game, in 2018, if we skipped that game, the blueprint would never been out there. But Eberflus, he knew the blueprint, and he showcased it to the world. I think that the Rams, they weren't going to try to run the ball on us in the playoff game. After we beat the Seattle Sea Chickens, I think the Rams didn't know to run the ball on us. But they looked back at that 2018 tape, and they looked at that Colts game, and they said, yeah, that's what you can do on them. You can run it on them. Because although we was like top 5 or top 6 in defense, good against the run, it was because teams didn't run on us. And it's the inverse now because I saw somebody put a stat out there that we were 8th against the pass. Why pass when you can run? You can run 300 yards on the Cowboys. Why pass it, right? So that's just how that stat line goes. So Jalen get the same energy as Irving. Poppy, Telio, did you get a chance to see Michael Irvin play? Because I love Jalen. I think that Jalen does a wonderful job with his business acumen, with his business stuff, and I think that in the hearts of hearts, he is a good person deep down inside, and he's very, very, very around the ball and these sorts of things. But I cannot put him in that energy. I can't put him in that same room. I can't even put him close to that room. It's not even the same conversations. But I appreciate you though. I really do. I really, 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 really do. Oh! I'm sorry. My bad, dog. You was talking about sarcasm. Okay, my bad, Poppy. Oh, my bad. See, my bad. It's on me. Shame on me.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
It's on me. My bad. You were speaking sarcasm. Finish him. Let's listen to more of what Michael Irvin, the playmaker, had to say.
We were talking about this yesterday, Mike. How far away, are they? If you were to look at the 4 NFC teams remaining, now, granted, a couple of them may have different quarterbacks in 2 years, so
Fact.
that's a big part of it. But truly, how far are they from the top 4 in the NFC? Assuming this is Dak's healthy, how far are they?
Well, and that's just it right there. That's right. It's so funny because I was with Ray a couple weeks ago, and we were arguing about this. And Ray Lewis, and I said, Ray, I'm willing to bet anything that we'll win before the Ravens win.
He said the Cowboys will win before the Ravens, and I can only imagine the conversation between Ray Lewis and Michael, the playmaker, Irving, the playmaker, by the way. Boy, how much money would we pay to, how we do this game thing, like me, Big Game James, and Skywalker? how much money would you all pay to have the ability to watch the Dallas Cowboys versus the Ravens, and you have Michael Irvin in that room, and you have Ray Lewis? I'll pay $150, man. I will sit here and probably collect cans, whatever I can, to watch that just 3-hour episode of them going back and forth. And don't let it be a competitive type of game. Boy, oh boy. Hey, ESPN, NFL Network, and Fox, and everybody else, man, y'all make that happen. Make that stuff happen, man. We'll pay some money. And you can just throw in Steve Smith, too. Not Stephen A. Smith, but Steve Smith, the wide receiver. I love that because I've seen them dudes almost came to fisticuffs. Marshall Faulk had a little work action, too, but they fired him because he was just being a creep over there with the ladies. But you guys get what I'm saying.
We'll get to a Super Bowl before the Ravens. Well, I'll make that bet. I said, listen, dude, listen. What's great in the NFC is about to go lay on a pillow and retire. The Drew Brees and the Tom Brady. I said, what's great in the AFC, man, he just woke up. They just got here. You ain't getting past Kansas City for a long time. You see what I'm saying? You ain't get so the Cowboys, even though you think the Ravens are closer right now, may ultimately get there before the Ravens because in the AFC they got Stallions coming up, and in the NFC we got Stallions leaving this conference. So yeah, this thing, I do think this thing will turn around quickly because I think even how it has played out this year. If Dan Quinn can come in and get some defense out of these guys coming up next year, and then they re-solidify that offensive line with the guys that are playing now, you'll have a shot to be right back in it next year. But it'll all be according to what we do this offseason, bringing in defensive players.
Woo! Y'all hear that? All can happen within a year. Like, I'm not trying to sell you guys roses and say, okay, I got some cologne and perfume for the ladies. I got some cologne for the fellas over here. Some Giorgio Armani, some of that good stuff, and I got that blue for the ladies. Whatever the fancy of the fancy for the ladies. I got all of that good stuff. I'm not finna tell you guys that, but Michael Irvin just did. He gave us some nice cologne, a nice perfume for the ladies, and he's speaking real talk. He literally speaking real talk. There's two people. Troy Aikman, I wish I could find a clip for him, but you guys probably have to Google it. He talked glowingly of Quinn, right? And then now this is more so. He's right in the middle, like Michael Irvin's right in the middle saying, okay, and this is the land of ifs, of course, but it can turn around. It can literally turn around if these things happen. And then we can work on the offensive line. If you guys checked out my mock draft, it was just a mock draft. It's supposed to be meant for fun, but we can still look at offensive linemen maybe in the second round to help elevate, or deviate some of the situations that we go through with Tyron Smith, right? And they could be us not building the plane while it's in the air, but already setting the foundation for the plane when Tyron Smith goes, right? And we can still rectify the situation with defense with the first pick, with the 10th pick, right? We got so many draft picks that we can really package some of them, move up, and get the people that we really know that can make a difference and play around in this free agency. It can happen. It flat out can. And I'm leaning on Michael Irvin, the playmaker, on that it can happen just like that way before the Ravens do whatever they need to do because they got some dogs over there. And think about it, like he said, our biggest obstacle, we see the hot and cold nature of Russell Wilson, right? Matthew Stafford, he have not been one of those guys that have been dominant, and as well as Matt Ryan. The person that's been really holding down the NFC it will be after, of course, Aaron Rodgers, since he's on that side, and Drew Brees, is Aaron Rodgers, right? It's going to be Aaron Rodgers. There'll be when he's going to start falling off because he's the only guy that's like the catalyst when you think about everything out of the NFC, Let's see.
Michael Irvin joining us here on 105.3 The Fan. I definitely want to get into the conversation you had with your former teammate Troy Aikman on your podcast. But before we get to that, I do want to get your thoughts on the hiring of Dan Quinn. And, is that enough to change, the defense? There's obvious needs for different players in certain spots, but is it as much as we think it is just based off the season that we just saw?
Defense is about really you get a good leader, you get a good guy that everybody wants to play for and knows how to push the right buttons. You can get a better defense. Now, when they hired Dan Quinn, I surely thought about this process the whole year that has gone by and said, wow, it would have been nice to have somebody that walked in here with a record that just came off the football field, that did some dominating things on defense, so at least they can walk in the room when they get ready to talk to our players with some credibility. Because that's one of the issues that they've had this year, with players talking about what's going on with the coaches, and the coaches are a little bit out to date and everything. So you thought that they wanted somebody with unbridled credibility when they walk in the room. But, and Dan Quinn has had some great success on defenses and coaching defenses in this league. It just wasn't recently.
That's some good stuff there. Walking into the room with your, and you guys know what I'm about to say. Validation is only good for parking. But if you are able to walk into that room and say, okay, this is what I've done. Remove the fact that when I was a head coach, I did this, but this is what I done when I was a defensive coordinator. That's what the angle that Dan will have to walk in on, right? And say, this is what I'm establishing. And this is what I'm going to set up. Shout out to you, Jay Black. Shout out to you, Jay Black. So this is what I'm going to establish. This is what I'm going to set up. And this is what I'm going to deliver. And what Michael Irvin, the playmaker, is saying is that he wish it was like a situation where he walking in already hot. This way everybody is buying into the system, the philosophy, the scheme. Now, what happened with Mike Nolan, he might have had great intentions. And like my grandmother said, may she rest in peace, there's people in hell with great intentions, right? And that's just a figurative of speech, by the way. But what we're saying is that Mike Nolan might have said, okay, I'm going to change out the philosophy of the 4-3 defense and bring in my philosophy of 3-4 / make this thing a hybrid. Instead of D-Law having your hand in the dirt, I want you to stand up. He had great intentions, right? But not everybody was buying into it. Why, Law? They wouldn't buy into it because they probably looked at him and said, man, dog, who are you, dog? The last time you had top 5 or top 10 defense was man, when I was a baby, that was 20 years ago. I wasn't even born. Some of the people saying, man, I wasn't even born when you was dominant in the NFL. So those things goes and carry a long way. But what Quinn can do, at least his time frame don't go all the way back like that. And he can look at it and say, hey, you guys remember when Chris Richard was here, you guys are doing this, but this is the rest of the piece of the puzzle. And if he come in there not half-stepping, because these are grown men. You got to come in there with that authority. You got to speak with authority. You got to speak with convictions and the courage and the meditations of your heart. You got to let those guys feel that, hey, my way or the highway, we're going to do it this way or no way. You got to set that tone, especially on defense. Defense is a mental mindset. Look, I've seen a Chihuahua chase the Doberman Pinscher away. I've seen a Chihuahua chase the German Shepherd away. I've seen a Chihuahua, believe it or not, the little small dog, man. Hey, the little small dog sometimes is not the size of the loudness of the bark, but that little Chihuahua will fight tooth and nail for his owner if he needed to. It's all about the mentality. It's not the size of the dog, right? It's the art and the fighting the dog, right? Y'all heard those storylines before. So what Dan, and I'm not trying to put him on a pedestal because y'all know I'm not giving him a grade until probably after week 1, week 2, week 3, basically. But what we got to do is he got to set that tone. He do. You got to set the tone. You can't be half-stepping with defense because it's all about mentality, and you got to have that swag, and hopefully he can bring that to the table.
So, it's not about him walking in with credibility. Now he has to walk in and win the room.
There you go.
Walk in and win the room and get guys that want to play for him and turn that thing around.
Michael, how big of a blank check does Jerry have to write to Kellen Moore, who's going to interview for the Eagles want to interview him for their head coaching vacancy?
Well, that's pretty interesting there. That's pretty interesting. And Jerry will try to keep him, and honestly, and he should. I think he should. And just for what you're talking about, Chop, for both reasons. You want to keep him to hold the attack together and hold some kind of continuity here with Dak and all of that. But if you can do both at the same time and keep him away from, very, very your opponent right here in the same division, then that's big. That's big. Now, there's some people I'm worried about. I'm like, I think I'd rather Philly hire Kellen Moore than really go and get somebody else like Eric Bieniemy off that Andy Reid staff. To be honest with you, I'd rather them hire Kellen Moore instead of him.
That's good stuff right there. I talked about that earlier this morning about that excerpt there. He would rather for the Eagles to hire Kellen Moore opposed to hiring Eric Bieniemy, and I can't hold Michael Irvin to that. We know that Kellen Moore at the end of the day is still growing. It still got wet behind the ears and stuff like that, and there will be some growing pains. And in the Eagles organization, I don't think that they have the patience to wait to have somebody to develop. They demand winning, and they demand a certain style of winning too. So I don't think that organization will give him chances and time again to go through his growing pains and warts. The craziest thing about the Eagles, right? Let me just talk about this right quick. The craziest thing of it all about the Eagles, they got rid of the only quarterback to ever win them a Super Bowl, right? And a few years later, they get rid of the only coach to ever win them a Super Bowl. There goes to show you their organization. And think about it. When I did the excerpt of Andy Reid and I pulled up his resume, the dude had an outstanding resume. Had a few hiccups, and they're ready to get rid of him. So shout out to the Eagles, though. We're not in good shape over here, but at least we got some hardware that we can pull up every now and then and say, okay, this is what we done, right? But it's just what it is, right? The NFC East, we'll find out what's going to happen for the 2021 season when we play them. I can't stand them, and I can't wait to beat them. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to give them some more butt whooping.
Michael, you talked with Troy Aikman, the Michael Irvin podcast, by the way. Find it wherever you find your podcast. And
which I haven't been a guest on for some reason. I don't know why.
Amazing.
It's crazy.
We know the reason.
Chop, you hadn't gotten that email?
Man, I haven't got that email.
Oh, wow, Chop, come on, Chop, man.
Yeah.
I had my people send your people the email. You got to get on your people.
I wish my people know Michael Irvin people, and they reach out to Michael Irvin to see if he can come on a late night hype. Y'all inbox Michael Irvin. I think if a bunch of y'all, a gang of y'all, inbox Michael Irvin, there's power in numbers, it's power in people. I know we got 140-some people watching and many on the Facebook page right now. If y'all can reach out to Michael Irvin and say, hey, man, hey, there's this group of guys, they talk Cowboys, and they had Mr. Fourth and Long there. They had Barry Church on the show, Darren Woodson. Hey, can you give them a shout out, at least give them a 15-minute segment on your show? Man, don't y'all know what that would do for the nation? Man, that would do crazy numbers, right? Not numbers as it relates to public being, I guess, in the public, but it do crazy numbers as all of you guys being able to participate, putting your name on the screen. Quest be having his name on the screen right beside the playmaker, Josh and Peete, everybody, man, Jessica. That would be nice, won't it?
Maybe at the holiday season here in 2021, they can get into a candle segment on the Michael Irvin podcast on what to fill your home with. But Troy was talking about the situation in Philadelphia, and I know that what you guys talked about and said that the firing of Doug Peterson was complex, not just about the quarterback position, but he did say to you after he talked with Doug Peterson, he felt like Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, he, wanted to go with Carson Wentz, and essentially Doug Peterson felt that maybe Jalen Hurts is probably better going forward. Who's right here?
Oh, wow.
Man, and this is a hard one. This is a hard one. And Troy, we talked about this a little bit on MIP on the podcast, because what I said, it's like, okay, I can dig that. I can dig, he said, I'm riding with the quarterback here, even over the coach. But what is an issue is you can sell it when you're talking to the coach. The new coach, whoever he is, has to go now and sell it when he's talking to the players. And the players were the same. I mean, it wasn't no additive to it. The same players that were with Carson Wentz looked a hell of a lot different playing with Jalen Hurts. Those same players are in the locker room. Now, so if you bring in a new coach, oh, my God, Kellen Moore, I don't even know if there's no way Kellen Moore wants this. You bring in a new coach and you give him the directive that we are working with Carson Wentz. Now this new coach has to go in the locker room. What credibility will he have? What credibility will he have trying to march with the orders from the owner to saying Carson Wentz is our guy in the locker room, and he's a new head coach? I told you guys before, and I tell you again, you can lose football games in this league and still get another job. We see that every year with the hiring of coaches. But when you start losing locker rooms in this league and they find out you lost a locker room, it's hard to get another job from that standpoint. And I don't know what coach wants to walk in that locker room and sell Carson Wentz to the rest of those players with what they just saw last year.
Ooh, that's the gospel, man, from the playmaker. I can't hold him to it. That's what we was talking about, at this year. The coach got to keep this locker room. If not, then he's gone. And that's why you got to continue to try to win every game, because if you try to tank, these guys got contracts on the line. Like, this is war. This is mental war. This is physical war. Whole bunch of stuff, man, that can happen in an instant. You could be the next Ryan Shazier. So that's crazy. Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate everybody that tuned in for this late night show edition. Yours truly, Law Nation. I really appreciate you guys for allowing me to host this show. We'll complete the rest of the the rest of the Cowboys 2020 season grade. And I'll talk to you guys in the morning in the a.m., and we can get this thing going the best way, the right way possible. And before you guys leave and go to bed, hit that like button, share this content. Just hit the share button, man. Share it to somebody, a friend, a neighbor, foe. Let people know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. I'm going to try to give a shout-out to those that's out here. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. We're going to dance up out of here, man, and get this thing going the best way possible. Let's see if I can do this one. Let's go. Yeah. Everybody, really appreciate you. Shayla Neal, Robert, Orad, 918. He keeping it straight. Dwayne, Mario Perez in the house over here. And who else we have? Really appreciate you, Jessica, for holding it down like 5,000 pounds. And Jacob, I see you over there. Mario, Lair, he said, read this. Should be fire and desire for your heart, soul, and sinew. Cowboy Nation, smash that like button. People that's on the Facebook group, share this thing all around the world. Let's continue to grind, Cowboy Nation. Peete, I see you, fam, up in the chat box. Y'all already know how this thing goes. Streams, labs, 3-time combo. That means y'all are doing the right thing the best way possible. Finesse Gang, 336 in the mix. David Jenkins in the house. Stay safe, Law. From Frederick. Yeah. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate you all. I really do. For those who just joined in, on my way out, my name is Law Nation. Don't forget, share this content. Subscribe to this page. One way or another. Might want to write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you will simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and scarcity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness, or body, or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and beseed and beset it with the help of Almighty, you will get it. Cowboy Nation, shout out to you, Akeem. Get some rest. Robert, let's go. We out. Peace.